Good evening. My name is Tony Brewer, and along with Joan Hawkins and Kyle Kloss, I'm one of the producers of this virtual edition of the Writers Guild Spoken Word Series. We're based out of Bloomington, Indiana, and we're glad you could be here with us tonight. On Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022, we are sponsored in part by the Indiana Arts Commission, the Bloomington Arts Commission, and the Bloomington Urban Enterprise Association. The Writers Guild at Bloomington wishes to acknowledge and honor the indigenous communities native to this region and recognize that Indiana University and the city of Bloomington were built on indigenous homelands and resources. We recognize the Miami, Delaware, Potawatomi, and Shawnee people as past, present, and future caretakers of this land. A couple of events coming up I wanted to mention. Third Sunday Write is a virtual space in which you will find writing prompts and enjoy the company of other writers. Members visit a private Facebook page to respond to prompts that are posted monthly. You may then write and post anytime during the month and offer a response to the writing of others by sharing a readback line that is a line from their piece in the comments. For more information or to join the group, contact Shauna Ritter at shauna747@gmail.com. Please include Third Sunday in your subject line. Also wanted to mention returning is the First Sunday Prose Reading and Open Mic series. That is this coming Sunday, August 7th at 3 p.m. at Morgan Stern Books, 849 South Auto Mall Road here in Bloomington, featuring writers Carolyn Gettold and Antonia Matthew. Also wanted to mention that the Writers Guild monthly business meeting is Saturday, August 20th at 3 p.m. Location TBA. We may be back in person this month. We'll see. And last, I wanted to give sort of an advanced notice about the spoken word stage. We'll be back this year, along with our Poetry on Demand booth, at the 4th Street Festival of the Arts and Crafts here in Bloomington, Indiana, at the corner of 4th and Dunn Street. That happens Labor Day weekend, all day, both days, Saturday, September 3rd and Sunday, September 4th. If you are interested in participating in some way, give me a note. I'd love to fold you in somehow. All of this info and more is available on our website or by liking or following us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. We got all those things. We even have a YouTube channel where this program will end up later on this week. You can also sign up for our newsletter by visiting our website, which is writersguildbloomington.com. And Joan does a fantastic job curating a wonderful newsletter. I'm really looking forward to our features tonight. We have Steve Deutsch, Raquel Flowers, and Uriel Girdley, who I've not heard read in a little bit. So let's kick it off, though, with our musical guest. First up is Wendy Eisenberg. Wendy Eisenberg is an improviser and songwriter who uses guitar, pedals, the tenor banjo, the computer, the synthesizer, and the voice. Their work spans genres from jazz to noise, to avant-rock to delicate songs. Their performances span venues from international festivals to intimate basements, though often working solo as both a songwriter and improviser, with acclaimed releases on Tzadik, VDSQ, Out of Your Head, and Garden Portal. They also perform in the rock band Editrix and in endless other combinations of their heroes and peers, including Allison Miller, Carla Kihlstedt, John Zorn, Billy Martin, and Carolyn Davis. They're also a writer on music and other things, with published essays on music in Sound American, Arcana, and Contemporary Music Review. Please give a warm welcome to Wendy Eisenberg.
Hi. I've never heard my bio read out before. It's sounded amazing. Thank you for the attention to detail. And yes, it's an honor to share this space with you, and I'm excited for all of the upcoming programming. Please let me know if there's any sound things, because Zoom is twitchy with music, but I will try. And today's, what I'm going to share with you is more delicate songs. So I hope that yeah, it'll be great. Okay. Do you remember the bird we avoided in Vermont on the way back from the show? Hey, hey, do I seem better to you now that I live in the air? Finally useless to you. I remember knowing you. I remember times were cold. What were we thinking back then? I remember loving my friend. I don't know exactly what I did wrong. I don't pretend it was nothing, but it's not my nature to pick up on these things. Hey, isn't it crazy? It's been 4 years since the last we've talked or looked at each other at all. Wow, that's a commitment as long as the bird flies in Vermont. Thank you. Oh, you princess of the fatherless, climb your cellar floor. From down here you seem to scale a wall. You narrativize competition. Look at your prism from inside out. All your black and white splits in two. They never really loved you. They never really loved you. They never really loved you. Never really loved you. They 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 never really loved you. Oh, you prisoner of make-believe, climb down from that tree. Things are so much different than before. You narrativize competition. Look at your prism from inside out. All your black and white splits into black and white. They never really loved you. 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 I learned it late, I learned just the same. I'm young, I'm younger than I previously thought. No, I'm intimidating her. -4 can feel like 0 sum, and lower than that, the growth of my name. I heard a rumor once about an elementary evil writing in harsh postmodern miniatures. Seems like a freak, but they're doing okay for themselves. I heard a story once about captives in a garden. No punchline here, no cleverness there. No more arrogant martyrdom. Tell a new story, it's an antidote. It's not a fix, but it will buy you some time. Thank you. I think it's reading time. Clap to you for listening. Thank you.
That's great, Wendy. Thanks so much. You sound really good. Everything sounds great on your end. It's wonderful songs. Thank you. So let's have our first featured poet for this evening, R. Flowers Rivera. Raquel completed her PhD at Binghamton University and an MA at Hollins University. Xavier Review Press published her debut poetry collection, Troubling Accents, July 2013, which received a nomination from the Mississippi Institute of Arts and Letters and was selected by the Texas Authors Association as its 2014 Poetry Book of the Year. Her second collection, Heathen, has been selected by poet and literary activist E. Ethelbert Miller as the winner of the 2014 Naomi Long Madgett Poetry Prize, Wayne State University Press, March 2015. Raquel is a Callaloo as well as an Idlewild Fellow. More of her work is available at rflowersrivera.com. I'm going to put that in the chat. Please welcome Raquel Rivera.
Unmute myself, no problem. This is R. Flowers Rivera, and I will be reading from Heathen. So the first poem is titled A Siren Repents. These conversations with my past make me know I loathe frailty in others because I hate it in myself. I don't mean to keep you. I will let you go back to your habit of castaway loves. There are those stones and oceans that bespeak loss and meeting. Lifetimes of these conversations with the past make me know that rememory, like film, disintegrates, dissolves with no permanence at all. I swore to myself I'd keep this brief. I didn't mean to keep you. I will let you go. Some words can exist without being spoken, but do you ever whisper my name? I do yours. It catches my throat like grief, and these conversations with my past are all that make me know Please leave me something more than sad lyrics of woe. Because I have known you, I have had to become more aloof. But I don't mean to keep you, I will let you go. Sometimes between stones and oceans, former friends, now foes, there can exist a stretch of light, sweet oblivion beyond belief. These conversations with the past are what make me know. I never could have kept you. I had to let you go. The next one is Isle of Promethea. The epigraph reads, I am being killed by what keeps me from dying. Helene Cezanne, The Book of Promethea. No wily mind do I possess, for if I did, would I be chained thus to this rock with links of metal, gray like my mind and justice solid. These manacles bruise what joy I might hope to find, and the sound of my own bondage shakes me free of intermittent sleep. Daybreak, unbidden, the eagle, as if by prayer, cuts the sky, all beak and talons focused upon my flesh. I half smile and nod assent, impart a blessing for his sake. That he even bothers to remember to visit me each day. A poor host, I can only offer my liver, white with less, a sweet bread I can't give away. So I am accused of stealing fire. Explain the sense of stealing what no one wants anyway. Look carefully at me, the way I am, bound, hardwired to the bifurcated desires this body demands. The thunder and the thunder and the thunder sounds. Pedestrian, I have never managed to outrun the lightning. I find solace in this rock surrounded by a wake of water and sky, abandoned by Zeus without benefit of even a copse of trees to contemplate in the gloaming. Left alone again, I stir the embers of what I could never steal. For the fire was always and ever will be mine to do with as I please.
Thanks, Raquel. That's wonderful. Let's, excuse me, let's now have Steve Deutsch, who lives in State College, Pennsylvania. Some of his recent publications have or will appear in Santa Clara Review, Sangam, Poetica Review, Lothlorien, Muddy River Poetry Review, Silver Birch, Back Channels, Red Weather, The Drabble, Sheila Nagig, The Rush, Perrine's Fountain, Evening Street Review, and let me get this one right, Schuylkill Valley Journal. I think that's right. He is poetry editor of Centered Magazine. Steve was nominated 3 times for the Pushcart Prize. His chapbook, Perhaps You Can, was published in 2019. His full-length book, Persistence of Memory, was published in 2020, both those by Kelsey. And Steve's 3rd book of poetry, Going, Going, Gone, was published in 2021. Please welcome Steve Deutsch.
I think I did it. Okay, am I on? Yeah, I'm going to read from my most recent book, Going, Going, Gone. I've lived in State College for many years, but I'm a Brooklyn boy. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and the cover of Going, Going, Gone is my uncle playing stickball in a schoolyard in Brooklyn. so that's appropriate. And the first poem, surprisingly, is called Going, Going, Gone. Here's a picture of the four of us by the old synagogue on Bristol Street. It's February, and our mothers have dressed us for the Arctic. Can you tell the coats are hand-me-downs? We are 6 or 7 and closer than brothers. To hear us tell it now, we were abandoned and raised by feral beasts on the savage streets of Brooklyn. But it wasn't like that. Sure, we were poor, but who wasn't? That was 1953. We've seen each other through school and war, marriage and divorce, and the promise of infants who grew and grew, only to scatter like startled sparrows. But that's not what I want to tell you. Eddie died this year, smoked for 60 years and got hit by a car crossing Amboy Street. In 1961, Eddie hit the longest home run ever in a police athletic league game. We shouted ourselves raw as he loped around the bases, even though we lost that game 12-1 to a team that never had to share gloves. The three of us share old stories over dominoes and whiskey on a stoop on Bristol Street. The synagogue is long gone. Soon the rich will take the neighborhood. We will pass, and all those singular memories will flash out like an ancient TV dude dying, like they never were. Second poem is called Heat Lightning. Allied Van Lines was parked by your old place today. Day labor gleaned from the local Goodwill moved packing crates and furniture in. Yes, I passed by still, hoping for. I'm no closer to knowing where you've gone, but then that last night, I didn't know that we were saying our goodbyes. Tonight, I watched the distant flash of heat lightning create an abstract show, like sky painting, I can hear you say. And God, we need the rain. But that storm will offer no relief. It is somewhere else, somewhere far from here. It's here somewhere. This is one of many poems that I've written inspired by my dad. It's called Your Time. When Mom announced you were coming north for your birthday, we planned a celebration. Guys only. We'd take you to the rib joint on College Avenue, and then, after you'd set the local record, trundle you off to the new cigar shop, buried in the mini mall, next to the donut shop, catering to good cigars and incredible bullshit. There was a time not long ago when you could eat for 3 while spinning fantastic tales you seemed to invent on the spot. We watched, we listened, we learned cadence and timing. But that night you hardly touched your ribs, though the meat fell from the bone. And sitting quiet and distant, you puffed only once or twice on what was a very fine cigar. They say elephants know when their time has come and march to their burial ground with pace and precision. And we all knew when you boarded that plane with a tattered smile that we would never see you again. And this one is called Solitaire. I knew right away, but it was 45 minutes before I stopped wrestling the pillow and gave up on the night. My approach has always been warm milk and cookies, although the milk now is some fat-free oat brand with all the comfort of rutabaga on yesterday's rye. Hard happy, the carton screams, but there are many ways the heart might be made happy. There was a time when I would manage the night with a deck of cards. I knew a dozen kinds of solitaire, and growing up in a house where you needn't ask twice for a cup of coffee or a game of cards, you could often count on some sleepless someone else. My grandmother for 500 rummy, or my mom for games like Spite and Malice. She seemed to make up on the fly. These days, I rely on the muted cacophony of TV or iPad, but tonight I find a worn old deck that counts to 52. Simple can't fail to start. Soothing rhythm of the mix, and half an eye for the first light. And I'll close this part of the talks with Message in a Bottle. I was hoping you might read this. Come upon it unexpectedly in that journal with the intriguing name you often fan through but never buy. In that famed bookshop on the avenue in the city you now call home. Or in a dog-eared and stained anthology, broken by age on a crowded shelf between Ammons and Auden, in the library just down the block from the garden apartment you share with your sister. Or hear it read on YouTube, accompanied by viola and cello, by that old poet whose once sonorous voice is fading faster than his face. As you wait for dinner in that care facility overlooking the once scenic lake, and you might have the urge to reach me one last time before the meter expires on the lives we have borrowed. But better perhaps if not, and anyway, how? Still, I hope you're reading this now. Okay. Thank you.
That's great, Steve. Thanks so much. You know, I should mention, I met Steve online. He and I both participated in the 21st annual Great Poetry Exchange, which is put on by the Poetry Superhighway. And basically what happens is you give them your email address and they assign you a random poet to send one of your books to, and then you receive a random book by a different poet. So you're not sending your book to the person that sends you their book, which is kind of cool. And I got Going, Going, Gone was the book that Steve sent me in the mail. So I contacted him and said, hey, why don't you come read on our series since we're online? So thanks for being here, Steve. Glad to have you. Our third feature this evening is a good friend of mine from here in, around Bloomington. I'm sure he's in Bloomington these days. Ian Uriel Girdley is an aspiring poet since 2002. He has hosted multiple reading series and open mics in Bloomington, Indiana, and in the Louisville, Kentucky area. His two books are Collecting the Girl, 2013, and This Poem Drank the Wine, 2015. And he is currently working on a collection of children's poems. His work has appeared in various publications and public bathroom stalls. Please welcome Ian Girdley.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. The music, both poets so far, it's hard to follow. You guys are wonderful. Let me get some poems up. I don't have any of my books to read from because I was at a poetry reading a couple weeks ago and traded them. But I did get the books of the person I was trading, but that sounded really neat, Tony. So I just delved into some stuff I haven't read in a while, and some of it's in the books, some of it's not, but we'll get started. The first one is Lonesome Winter Blues. I put two fingers to my lips, burnt by winter. Oh, how she used to love, how softly my lips felt on hers. How fortunate that now, when they are rough, chapped, cracked, and peeling that, she should not be here to kiss them. So this first set's mostly a bunch of, I guess, sad bastard poems would be the best way to say it. But we end on a more promising and almost tawdry note. There was only a shadow across the way under dingy yellow streetlights with a glowing cigarette lit. I followed across lanes of traffic in the fog. The shadow was surely love, dissipating once again as I came close enough to touch. She turned the corner and became the night. The silence. The bouncing laughter of children playing in the street, below bluebirds singing a happy love song, filters softly through a second-story window where the incessant harmonized buzz of appliances drowns out the beat of a lonely heart to the ears of a man who cannot make a sound. This one's reaching really far back, but sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So we'll see what you guys think. Give me death if love's to be. Death wraps me in eternity, absent temporal pleasures, love, a 2-hour drink with 5 hungover. Let me pick blossoms in hell or heaven, for no love within my heart. I toss them into a stream, they endlessly float away from no one. Lady, if you were to paint my heart right now, it would look damaged, ugly, broken, but you would love it more than a brush has ever touched. No art could be finer than a broken heart that you fanned the crack through because you thought it was beautiful. Lady, if you were to drink a glass of wine with me in this small cafe, piano playing background while I whispered love poems into your ear, you would not hear a word I said to you, but I bet you could paint a beautiful piano tune. This will be the last one for this set. I might have gone a little quick. I need to pick longer poems or read more slowly. I can still smell your sex in the air, taste it on my weary tongue like X-rated honeysuckle dew hanging in the humid night where your carnal carcass lies above the vast wilderness of bed, still warm and exposed. I drop my cigarette in exhaustion, drop my body across your legs, let your limpness become my limpness. No motion possible, only rigid memory. When these same bodies raged, battling to rapture the other only moments or eons ago. The sheets are still damp with sweat. My eyelids bow in homage to your warrior prowess, to your sweet smell, to your perfect stillness, to the last sound before sleep, how you are even able to make a light snoring sexy. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian. Good to hear from you. That brings us to the end of our first set from our poets. Let's now have another musical interlude with our musical guest, Wendy Eisenberg. Wendy.
It's changing its whole concept like a pattern in our nature, newly visible. You don't love her like you love me. It's your pattern to destroy things while you save yourself. I don't fault you if you love her. It's your pattern. I could have seen something like this coming. Mother beauty, mother kindness has no pattern, can't destroy things, only feeds itself, now straightforward. In the in crowd, it's a pattern. I can't have seen something safely get there. I would like to question how my brain expects the worst and how I can avoid that. Does it matter who they're with? It matters who they know. It matters if I'm wrong. Am I madder than before? Or do I know a truth belonging to the future? And it's changing its whole concept like a pattern in our nature, newly visible. You don't love her like you loved me. It's your pattern to destroy things while you save yourself. I don't fault you if you love her. It's your pattern. I could have seen something like this coming. Thank you. Sorry about these horns and trucks. I live on the corner of a zone, but Eric is right. I do have a horn section. And whenever I practice out here, which is my living room, it's like you learn a lot from the room. Anyway, yeah, I'll play some more songs. I was thinking about sexy sad bastard things, and I wrote this record called Dehiscence, which after naming it that, I read some of the work of Fred Moten, and he used the word dehiscence, and I felt very like, what have I done? That's his word. It feels that way, even though I don't think he would think that way. But a lot of the most sad bastardy things that felt akin to the poems that were just read, I feel a resonance. Anyway, I'll play with. I want to be told that I'm the most beautiful for years of night. I want to be old. I want to be purposeful. Once in my life I heard I was, but now I hear that I'm crazy, unwell, difficult. But who spins it so that I'm the deficient one? It's not just me. I want to be old so this can stop bothering me. It's ceaseless yell I heard myself make. I hear it sounds desperate, not good, pitiful. I know you think that time will be fair. I don't trust you anymore. I no longer think it's worth it. I see you with your spotless record, getting free, patterned beautifully. It's finally done. I'm now the most beautiful, I don't need to be told a nice ending or anything. Once in my life I thought I was bad, but now I feel I'm good, maybe half the time. Got my eyes fixed up, sent home to rest. I stayed awake and watched my eyes grow stronger, watched everything grow clearer. I am surprised that changing isn't healing. Couple weeks went by. I can see without help, but most days it's like everything is slightly blurry, especially the distances. My doctor warned me that healing could be like this. Remember, changing isn't healing. I better not catch me fixing my sights towards the longing I can't understand, or that I don't believe I'll ever really know. Love, clarity, these are concepts I can't see myself accessing. They're not the way, or really I just don't believe I'll ever really get there. Can't you feel the weight of every lover dancing, of what remains of every ghost you ever thought you really knew? I better not catch me fixing your sights towards a story you can't understand, and that I don't believe you'll ever really know. If it wasn't true, it would be the most heavy handed metaphor. But yes, I changed my eyesight, and yes, my eyes are blurry. I am surprised that healing takes forever, and that changing isn't healing. Knowing that I'm different now, they say don't talk yet. I can still improve my life, make plans, and stick to them. Maybe that's the future we deserve. Hard work that never ends. I no longer trust the world. All lives have limits. Thank you. I think back to reading, but you're right, everything is about love.
Where we at here? There we go. That was great, Wendy. Fantastic. Really, you're sounding great tonight. You sound really, really good. Thanks so much for being here. So we are ready now for round two of our poets for this evening. And we will start off with R. Flowers Rivera.
Okay, this series of poems have not been published officially yet in a collection. They will be from my third collection, Gaynette Undaunted, about my grandmother, Gaynette Cox Flowers Pugh, who was born in 1916. And so the first one is about the land, home place, past tense. Clear dusk, I remember a feeling, an image, grit in the sky. A place embedded like a splinter I can't quite catch. Grove Hill, a voice buried within that refuses to answer back. All my life in any place for no reason, my grandfather's 280 acres call out my name, free and clear. Sister Gary, Gaynette, but all those stale breaths have gone somewhere else. Cool dirt, open graves. I have outlived them all. My recollections remain imperfect as I tell and retell the tales as they are or were, not necessarily as I would have chosen them. A people without luster, nap-worn yet proud, unlearned but not ignorant. The Grove Hill of memory has plum-flowered chinaberry trees festooning the fence line just off Highway 43. It's still blooming. It still holds last year's ornaments. Birds scatter the golden berries everywhere. I know I'm nearing home. Drought we endured, growing from that hardening clay soil. Ancestral daughters, I'm still here. Just to be clear, being hot and humid ain't suffering, and becoming the darkness at the center of their universe is not death. The next poem is I bequeath you water and sky. The only thing you need to know is there's a color, especially around South Carolina, that is called haint blue, that was thought to keep things cooler and keep the mosquitoes away, but it's become a much larger symbol. I bequeath you water and sky for the middle passage. Oil-based paint splashed about everywhere outside, stolid doors, thresholds, window frames, and sills, all as testament to the South's selective amnesia. My people taught me to chant my own sacred world, spaces, paint blue, indigo bottles of sun, glass necks filled with knurled limbs, whistling of trains gone to glory, prim splotches of blue-green signifying superstition and protection. Architectural purgatory is such a hellish pursuit. Here, there are only more unmarked graves, winter deep, the brief time between long freeze and quick thaw. Still, we be taproot, we work song, we spiritual, we blues, we juke, we hum coal shack free of hawk, we force blub from turnip root. Whatever mess of bone and sinew becomes daily bread. Each day, we pray for the next. We've made miracles, crafted banquets from tripe, and we've born generations of milk-washed blue-black daughters, never unloved, just deemed unworthy. Men and mothers both believed melanin made better mules for plows than fertile minds, forever shaming fast women for smacking on cords of cane, white teeth and wet tongues, spitting out pulp and straw. Hear me. I have reclaimed each forsaken breath, led each callous hand back home, humming a low country song of earth, grass, must, manure. Fallow land allows people to dream again. Given no weight, we make one, duping mosquitoes to alight on shutters and ceilings, paying their collective respects. Shadow on shutter and ceiling, still we might never broach these archaic notions of blood. I need you to remember we made this place. Our hands coax blue cornrows from field's edge, crafted alluvial tapestries with only star and moonlight. When there was no more, we gave away what sentimentality we had saved, gifted freedom riders and Mennonites our hope chest unused. All around you, haint blue. Sorry, the computer jumped. All around you, haint blue. See all those whitewash markers of land and body stolen, an entire imagination enslaved. And I will stop there.
Wow, that's really great. That's wonderful, really. Thank you. Yes, it's fantastic. Next, let's have Ian Girdley.
Hello again. My name's still Ian Girdley. Let me get to my second set. A fallen maple. My hand brushes across a branch, fondling the leaves like fingertips of lost lovers. The tree leans over crying. Later is broken up for fire. It still burns under a griddle as I pour maple syrup over pancakes and contemplate dying. This is called Slake. I extend my cupped hands, not unlike Diogenes dipping a drink from the river, except mine are begging for change to buy a plastic bottle of water. This is full of pretty short ones, but I want to get into a few kids' poems because that's kind of what I'm working on. This first one is actually a really old poem that wasn't written as a kid's poem. The first couple, actually, and the last two are newer. The Enlightenment of Little River. Shh. The creek tells us to listen to the silence and serenity of all that surrounds. Shh. The wind echoes the creek's word of peace and harmony and absence of sound. Shh. The creek consoles us of our sins, to give all things respect, its ultimate truth. Shh. Mother Nature lays us to sleep with the respect that we are natural too. A toad in the road. I spotted a toad that was not a toad, but perhaps a leaf or a bump on the road. But still to you, I will swear I spied that bump or leaf swallow a fly. City Mouse goes to the woods. Traded a jackhammer for a woodpecker, a siren for a lark's song, bullet shots for butterflies, rush hour for humming along. And the last children's oriented poem, probably the newest one I've actually finished, Standing on a Mirror. Oh, how wondrous would be the upside down world with upside down boys and upside down girls. Would eagles still perch at the top of the trees, or the top be where dogs lift their legs down to pee? Would fish have to swim up to the lake bed? And when we're just standing, do we stand on our head? And if upside down kids stand on a mirror, do you think that they think that the upside down's here? That's my dog. If you can give me like 5 seconds, he will keep barking. Come on, buddy. Sorry about that. Oh. So to end, I'll do 3 pretty short poems, which most of mine are, but I don't think a reading with me or an introduction to my poetry would be complete without at least a few kind of boozy poems. So we'll read a few kind of boozy poems. I saw Allen Ginsberg's mind wasted on wine. When we write great things against these American dreams, ideas dance around coffee shops and dive bars, but tire out and settle there. Procrastination is starving. Ideals are madness. Our movements are drowned in alcohol and apathy. We escape naked. We laugh hysterically at a poem I wrote, drunk in a bar. The video saloon is so much more than a bar. I ate popcorn there once with a bourbon and Coke, alone on Christmas Eve. This last one is actually the title poem for one of my books. I have Collecting the Girl, as Tony mentioned, and this poem, Drink the Wine. This poem, Drink the Wine, which the idea from it came from someone's live journal post, if anyone remembers live journal, and some drunk poems that they wrote in their underwear and posted. She writes drunk poems in her underwear, then wears them the next day. Sweat and ink run down her thigh, staining her sock band black. The poems are happy, puking down her legs, existing on their cotton canvas, publicly intoxicated against her ass. No one else knows how much passion she has in her pants, written the night before over a bottle of wine, but today by 2 o'clock, the sweat has stopped, the ink is dried, and the poems are just hung over. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ian. Good to hear that one again. So our final poet in this set is Steve Deutsch. Steve?
Mute. That's better, probably. These are a bunch of more recent poems. I will start with one of my happy poems. It's called The West is Burning. On the rise above Route 80 by a trickle that was once a river, I watch a line of traffic 1,000 miles long going nowhere. The road is buckled and a semi sits on its side, steam still boiling. One by one, the cars and trucks run out of gas. Dream irony, I suppose. And people stand beside their behemoths, afraid at last. The pine and hemlock forests that line the road has turned a sickly brown, and trees light up like candlesticks, one by one. Children fight the fire with blankets and spit, and the dust and smoke and ash make breathing an occupation. The West is burning, and few, if any, will make it out. I wake with a gasp, heart escaping. Smoke covers the moon. The West is burning. This is a very different poem. It's called Stillness. It's perfect right now. Early evening distilled through the oaks in a lattice of light, the air cooling to that first fine chill. In these enlightened times, mindful meditation is often 3 times a day on Zoom, and my smartwatch reminds me every hour to breathe. Be in the moment, we're advised, which brings a smile and memories. Zen koans, Alan Watts, the sound of one hand clapping. Truth be told, my mind would wander beyond the droning om. Flip through the Rolodex of people and place, promise and regret. You and I are lucky that age can cure what discipline and study cannot. I welcome the enveloping evening, calm, empty, and open. This next one is actually the first prose poem I've ever done. That was an editor's suggestion. But when I read it, I've realized it doesn't matter much. It's called Hey Mom. I started to clear the cobwebbed attic. What's it been, 5 years since you passed? And the first box I dragged to the light was labeled Billy. Inside, as I expected, were his drawings of ships, crayoned on grocery bags, a poor child's canvas. I told Billy Dad had gone to sea, rather than Dad ran off with the girl from the lunch counter. And my little brother watched Navy shows, from Victory at Sea to Run Silent, Run Deep, and true warships with guns blazing. Billy searched every episode for a man he'd never met. I can't believe you saved the pictures, Mom. Steeled against the spidery things, I go looking for a box with my name. This one is Snowline, which I wrote as the end of winter approached. All night, the neighborhood houses shuck their tents of snow. One more spring, you chant, as if urging on a nag you have $2 on to win. By tomorrow, the snow line on the ridge will show green at its edges, dabs of watercolor on a fresh canvas, and the walkways will be pockmarked with icy puddles. A gag gift from the departing season. Sleepless, I'll look back on what the winter has taken and what still binds us. This is Collector. I once was, I'm not sure I am anymore. I found it in the thrift store beside the coffee shop on College Avenue. It's become a fine place to browse now that all those aged professors, colleagues, are emptying the Victorias and moving nearer to their kids. It's the book you searched for all those years, but never found, in an intact dust jacket, even though it's 100 years old. Did I mention it was author signed? You'd have given a pint of blood just to hold it. You had the soul of a collector, books and knives and other men's wives. Often wondered if it was something you were born with, like a seventh sense. Your birthday would have been next week. I bought it for you anyway. Downsizing, I've sold most everything, but I will take this book with me to remind me of the one thing you couldn't have. This is Brothers. That was the summer it wouldn't stop raining. The summer my brother and I discovered tropical fish in a shop on Heckman Avenue, behind the cats and dogs, parakeets and gerbils. The summer we watched in black and white as whole provinces became watery graves and forests lost their footing in countries with strange sounding names, so far away we had not yet gotten round to bombing them. It was the summer we bought a fish tank with pooled resources and guppies, tetras, and angelfish, and Congress passed the Tonkin Gulf Resolution. The summer we discovered Siamese fighting fish, and the war between North and South Vietnam was as certain as the rain. The summer the betas built bubble nests and tore each other to pieces, and my brother packed the duffel and went off in the rain. This is the last one. It's a swan song for my generation, I think, which is finally leaving the stage, perhaps. It's called Looking for America. Let us be best friends one last time. Roll out the old Ford and take that trip we so often dreamed of when young. Head to the West Coast on those 2-lane roads that once were America. Remember when we were America too? Fill that old Ford with chips and beer, the radio set to the nothing but oldies station, loud enough to remind us we're still alive. Swap lives with the locals in pubs on Main Street and sample the biscuits and bacon in dozens of mom and pop diners in what used to be the heartland, 1,000 dots on a tattered gas station map, long ago bypassed and nearly forgotten. And when the Ford throws a rod in Kansas or Colorado, as of course it must, we can unfold the aluminum lawn chairs and sit on the berm to wait for the sunset. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Steve. So we have come to our lightning round, which is our last round of poets for this evening. What we do is we just bring everybody back for a final poem, any length. And I'm just going to give you the reading order, and everyone can just sort of go boom, boom, boom without me coming back and telling you who's next. So the order, and then at the end of this, we'll go right into our final song from Wendy for this evening too. And then I'll come back with some closing remarks. So the lightning round reading order will be Ian, and then Steve, and then R. Flowers Rivera. So Ian, would you please set us off?
I would be happy to, Tony. Hi, everyone. Again, thank you, Tony, the Writers Guild, everyone that's watching, and definitely the poets and musicians, singer-songwriter. It's awesome. I hope you guys trade poetry books when I get more in, because or poetry books for CDs. We'll see about that. But since it's lightning, I won't talk too much. I didn't bring a haiku, but not anything too long. This poem was written out of nostalgia because I moved and because of distance, but now it's also nostalgia because of time. Bloomington Writers Guild's awesome, and Bloomington's, it's home. But this is Spring Comes Like Summer, New Albany, Indiana, March 26, 2009. Dogs frolic in front yards, celebrating end of cold days, let out to pee shivering. celebrating spring strollers down side street sidewalk, celebrating white blossoms falling over our chain link fence, dancing to the lawn, bright sun beckoning, memories spring from my head of whiskey lazy days waltzing through People's Park in one of those beatific Bloomington summers when college boys don't want to fight after too many Jaeger bomb shots, just shout loudly to friends passing by from crowded bar patios, and the girls unafraid in their sundresses and flip-flops, non-apprehensive of our blatant sexuality. Jeff and I flirting with the day, ogling and innuendo like whimsical musings on space and time. Whimsical, like these white petals now carpeting the yard, half grass, half dirt, now soft white. And people bought my copy store poetry books, $3 a pop, me buying us beers after every sale, and cigarettes. And we offer whiskey shots from the old crow bottle to random passersby. And they accept, grimace them down, trying hard to still smile, to thank us, and to chat about bittersweet nothingness of summer, then smiling, this time naturally. No one running late anywhere, nowhere more important than the space of now. Then the utopian center of 20-somethingness, bohemic Bloomington consciousness under summer smiles, where no one needs to write, no one needs to paint or work or hurry or worry, just smoke camel filter cigarettes and drink cold beers, waltz through the park like dogs dancing with white tree blossoms basking in the sun. Thank you all. It's been wonderful.
I wrote this on after a visit to New York City. It's called Flotilla. He left behind one half a jelly donut, stale as last Wednesday, some clothing, moth-eaten, mildew, 2 shoes, one black, one brown, with newsprint for the soles. He left behind a paper sack of winter warmth and poetry by Whitman, Poe, and Crane, well-fingered and browned in age. He walked into the river and left behind $4.18, which I've spent on coffee and a banana nut muffin that crumbled in its freshness. Your poetry, penned in your perfect prep school hand, was stuffed inside 2 newish socks, atop the brown and laceless shoe. It is unnervingly good, but I can use the socks. I crumpled your words in their freshness and set them to sail upon the river, page by remarkable page. Thank you, everyone.
And the poem I'm going to read is from my first collection, which is Troubling Accents. The poem I've selected is Exegesis, A World Gone Awry. And the epigraph comes from Marilyn Hacker's The Regent Part Sonnets, I Word Old Wounds. And this is for my youngest Quinn, who's a junior at IU, just in general, not because of the poem. Exegesis, A World Gone Awry. 1. The abridged text of my life is a dull read. Kumquats, not oranges, muscadines, not grapes. I covet what I cannot afford, shaped by an eccentric land. I am strange seed bound to that land, like the earth to the sun. Long ago, I gave up the ghost, resigned myself to gravity in all her kind. Brave-faced Southern girls do not come undone. So when you inquired on which side my bread was buttered, I did not blink, but said both. You pressed your lips upon my brow in dread, the same way in which the sick swallow chipped ice after grip has lain siege to their throat. You hoped, I love you. I said, that's nice. 2, neither long distances nor your live-in deterred you from burning up buried wires across 7 states with cardinal fire, and your old busted up, beat down love. Sin pinioned you to my sleeve, an epaulette in sad disrepair. You chose the lesser of my passions as your poison, and the sheer mention of my effeminate Latin pet made you writhe all savoir aside because you knew, like I was to know, that he would become the recipient of that season's mercy fuck. But why not speak the reason of which we were both aware, the real cause of the madness, the muse who consumed my world? 3. I have pruned myself free of delusions, finally coming to terms with the truth about that buxom Pole who choked both pick and flower. One woman bought her for tons of psychotherapy and ills. She left me ass out just the same way I left you. You made a dire mistake. I made one too. Only a gull opts for beauty in lieu of other gifts. I began to fear looking at women like I fear looking at cute size 5 shoes. That girl, that shoe doesn't seem so cute when the long butt has been paid, straps are askew, and what was thought to be the genuine article looks fake and feels asinine. 4. The end came in the manner feared. You and I sat, two lovers poised on opposite sides of a wrought iron table, smote with our neat bundle of facts that left us in the red. We sat, two dark coordinates, fixed points upon an axis. I played the woman accused, focused in the crosshair sights, and you played the man. Stuffed down the front of your pants, the steel barrel flat against your hairless belly like some tortured intelligence. You alluded to that woman, took aim with the gun I gave you. The blood loss was nothing compared to the scar, inflicting pain, though the weapon is love, is still violence.
This is such an inspiring group of poets to get to hear. I've just been like here doing the like Shema gesture, just like kind of taking all of it in, and it's just an honor to be able to hear what everyone's doing. So thank you for having me be a part of this and for giving me such inspiration. Really, really, really striking. So I'll play one last song, speed round. All the parts of the earth that haven't been conquered can't anticipate any coming suffering. In the pines, the earth is sleeping. I'm charmed to the core by the vastness of my anger. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see me? God, what a long lonely, lonely point of view. Can you be, can you be, can you just be? All the parts of the soul given to wanting cannot understand. Everything eludes them. In the pines, in the hills, no one's not shivering. I'm chilled to the bone by a photo of him smiling. Can you see? Can you see me? God, what a lonely point of view. Can you see? Can you be? Can you just be? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. That was really, really fantastic. Really great to hear you tonight. Excuse me. Well, I think that does it for this evening, folks. I want to thank our features this evening, our featured poets, R. Flowers Rivera, Steve Deutsch, and Ian Uriel Girdley. And also special thanks to our musical guest this evening, Wendy Eisenberg. This was just I think we say it every month, but this was awesome. Everybody was just fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. Be sure to join us next month, Wednesday, September 7th, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be featuring poets Misty Joy and Charmin Murphy and music by Trey Lamb. That's going to do it for us this evening, and I hope to see you at 4th Street Festival in just about a month over there on 4th Street here in Bloomington. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.